I'm gonna get me religion, go join the Baptist church. I'm gonna get me religion, go join the Baptist church. Gonna be a Baptist preacher, man.
Hey, Jimmy.
I have to leave by like 2:30. Good afternoon. These are my paintings. They're called Before My Time. It's my dream of hillbilly Nimbin. And I've just been up all night finishing. The title Before My Time comes from a Johnny Cash song that was on one of the American recordings that he put out just before he died. They're a retro, joyful look at past times in it. But it's not really realism, it's magical realism. There are a lot of really disparate, different influences and things and putting them together. I mean, and with some of the material you're looking at tractor manuals and you know what I mean? You're finding stuff all over the place, researching old trucks, all sorts of things.
And are you trying to tell us the story of Nimbin in these murals?
Not really. I'm trying to evoke a feeling of Nimbin. I'm trying to evoke the rolling hills by the way it goes. I mean, the landscape it's directly taken off the landscape. With some of the panels, because of where the pub's situated, I can just look off the ground. So, and it's a panorama that links together. It is a panorama from out the Lillian Rock all the way around to the Nimbin Rocks. As far as a story of Nimbin, I'm going to let the viewer make up the stories, but I'm trying to evoke feelings. So with this one here, with the children on the back of the truck, I just wanted to evoke that feeling of freedom and exhilaration that you get from being on the back of the truck. I could have actually gone to the local industries at the time and put a log on the truck or something like that, but it's not really an ode to the different industries that existed. It's more something of trying to get to gut feelings in people. I think most people would know that feeling of clinging onto the back of a truck, you know, with the wind in your face and your hair blowing.
Put my mind to the more innocent time of childhood. I decided to play steamboats. I said, I'm a little steamboat. I'm a little steamboat. I'm coming round the bend. Yes, I'm coming round the bend. So I came around the bend and lo and behold, there's the big flat on the river where folks have picnics on a Saturday. But it's Sunday, no picnic. But that ain't stopped the foot-washing Baptists while they're out in Forest all there on the riverbank waiting to be baptized. They're all dressed in their holy robes. Now I know it's just a sheet with a hole cut in it, but I want a holy robe too. Anyway, I remembered about the angel telling me to repent, so I joined the end of the line. While the flock go down into the river and the good shepherd, it's just like a sheep dip, he pushes them under the water. And all the sin is washed off from like washing away down.
They're all supposed to be finished today.
They come out too.
I'll finish later. This one down here is Gypsy Vardos, Black Cockatoos, the Tinkers arriving. Use my own horse Cherry, the model for the front line.
Okay.
The bull story is that this bull was born after the Second World War with musical notes on its hide. A Frisian bull calf was born, and a farmer raised it up in hopes of putting it across his cows and getting a whole herd of musical noted cows. But before his dream could ever be realised, it was standing on the top of a hill one night and was struck by lightning. Anyway, he skinned it and had the skin on his floor for years and years, but that's the story of the Nimbin bull. This one's all about the exhilaration of being on the back of the truck, going up over the hill, and all the animals going, get the hell out of the way, as they do in the bush, just running off the road. So it's very simple, as they all are really. They're simple and they're happy. They're on a sunny day. They're for everybody to look at, from kids to now, really. I like to just go as the truck comes up over the hill. This one's called Everybody Loves Corn. And it's the banana farmer's daughter there feeding the stock. Yeah, in her polka dot dress. Just dressed them up fancy. She must be on her way to the dance after feeding the animals.
I've always wanted a suit like that. And then the preacher man put on his shoes. Why, he had two-tone black and white patent leather rock and roll shoes. Why, I've always wanted shoes like that. Yeah, then the preacher man, he put on his rings. He had big gaudy rings of gold and silver, with rocks on them as big as marbles. I'm talking about diamonds and emeralds and rubies. And I said to myself, I've always wanted rings like that. Well, the preacher man is all dressed and is just about ready to leave. He walks over to his car, and there he is. It's like the hand of God has come down out of the sky and touched the automobile.
And it's the Nimbin rocks. It's called Smoko. I quite like how there's the three men and there's the three main rocks. And like I said before, I wanted the murals to be happy. And I actually wanted them to be about what's good about where we live, what's good about Australian people. And even though they're pop art and they're bubblegum, I've thought a lot about my bubblegum. And so I have this image here where there's these three different people from three different cultures all playing music together. And I think it's a really positive thing where we sit down and we play music together. It resolves differences. I like the idea with this. I've taken the ideas from Henry Lawson. It's said of Lawson, scholars say that he invented the notion of mateship in Australia. And so I wanted that there, this notion of mateship. Now, people have pointed out that Australians were no better and no more loyal than any other people. But Henry wanted us to be better. So that I put that into the painting, that notion of mateship and the fact that we, as Australians, we could be better people. And people like Pauline Hanson and a whole lot of other unmentionable people, they will bring up the mean and the ugly Australian, but I don't have to put it in my pictures. So I suppose there I espouse that we could be something better. And as such, I've chosen to paint the sunny day. And I know my critics will say, well, maybe that's not the truth. But when we play music, I think we resolve differences. And so that's what I've tried to put in there in the painting. I had a situation recently where I saw the local bank manager sitting in on a session in the local band, and he had to take his orders from the fellow who mowed his lawn because he was in charge of the band. So I think that that's interesting. Music changes everything. Finally, I wanted it to be like the band that I loved when I was a kid, the Specials, because they had black and white people in the same band. It made a really strong statement. Anyway, enough of that. That's the final panel, and it's the boys having smoko when they've knocked off work on the masters. There you go.
I'm a citizen. I got a home somewhere, and I've even got a mother. So there was the preacher man. I dressed him in my clothes, so rent and torn and covered in blood and mud and semen. And I dragged him down the riverbank, and I put him under the bridge, and I put that gunny sack with the baseball bat in his hand while he's there now.
Panorama ends with the Nimbin rocks.
And I drove up into the sunset knowing that.
There they are in the picture. So like everybody who comes to Nimbin, all the artists, we all end up painting the Nimbin rocks, and now I've done it as well. Entered the canon. And it's good to have painted all these murals and to be there with Benny Zabel and Barry Jerome and Paul Payton and Elspeth Jones and the multitude of other people who have put brush marks on the painted lady of Nimbin.
So that I don't have to worry.
Okay. So, hey.